Spreading all around my room, my world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video here on the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers franchise here on Madden 25. It is year 2 playoff time. We've made the playoffs. We've won the division. We finished as the overall seed number 2. Unfortunately, with the same record as the Philadelphia Eagles, but they had the head-to-head tiebreaker, so they get the advantage. They get the 1 seed. So we have to go through the wild card round, but we are a pretty good team. We're playing really good football right now. The past couple of games between our run game, our passing game, and the defensive line getting a ton of really, really good pressure on quarterbacks. The one big issue that we're going to have in this playoff run is the absence of Mike Evans. He got hurt in the last episode. I think it was in the game against the Cardinals in the very last game of the season. I'm not 100% sure if that's where he got hurt, but I think it was. And he's going to be out for the entirety of the playoffs unless we make the Super Bowl. I don't think he's going to be back. I guess he could be back for the NFC Championship, but I doubt it. I'd have to look again at the length of injury, the length of time that he has on his injury still. But absolutely he'd be back for the Super Bowl. I just don't know for sure if I don't think he would, but I guess there's a possibility. I don't remember exactly, like I said, what the length of time he has left, but we're going to be out Mike Evans for the entirety of this run, so it's going to be up to our next up guys. Marvin Harrison Jr., Alec Pierce, Jalen McMillan. Those type of guys are going to have to step up a little bit more, and they've all been pretty good, but that's with Mike Evans on the field. Without Mike Evans, it's going to be up to Marvin Harrison to take that Mike Evans role and then have everybody else step up and do those things. So it's going to be a little bit tricky without Mike on the field for these playoff games. But today we take on the Commanders in the wild card round. We have a little bit of history with the Commanders. Back in season 1, at the very first, I think it was the very first game of the year, we played Washington, and we ended up losing that game because that was my first ever game of Madden 25, and I was a little bit rusty, I hadn't played a big time game that mattered in Madden in a while at that point. So we ended up losing that game. But I think that's the only time we've played the Commanders this series. I don't remember playing them this year. I guess we could have, but I don't remember playing them. So I do have a little bit of history with Washington here. I'm hoping this time we can get a win and move on to the divisional round. These playoff videos will only be 1 game per playoff round. So obviously this game is the only game of the episode. Then next episode hopefully is the divisional round. If not, it's going to just be the offseason, obviously. We do have 2 first-round picks this year, thanks to the Cleveland Browns giving us the first-round pick for Rachaad White. So we have 2 first-round picks, our own, obviously, and then the Browns. I don't think the Browns made the playoffs, but I don't think their pick is going to be too great. So we'll have to see where their pick lands us. But hopefully it's a decent enough pick because we have a lot of positions that we could need. With all that being said, it is time to get into the year 2 playoffs. Taking on Washington, Jaden Daniels, great team, Terry McLaurin, fantastic roster, but I'm hoping we have a better roster. If you're going to enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and let's go start this playoff run in the only way we know how, and that is all gas and very little breaks. Wild card playoff time for your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Here we are, 10-7 Washington comes to town to play us 13-win Tampa Bay Buccaneers squad. Luckily for us, it is a home game, a home playoff game, which is nice. Let's take a look at that injury report real quick and see when Mike Evans' timetable is. So him and DeJuan Jones got hurt in that same game. We've been dealing with a lot of injuries in this season. Like, it just happens every single episode, it feels like. But 3 weeks for Mike Evans. So that probably means that he is back for the Super Bowl and nothing else. Because this would be the 3rd week, so then we would simulate to divisional round, that's 2 weeks left. We would simulate to the NFC Championship, that's 1 week left. Pro Bowl, he's back. Super Bowl, he's back. So, unfortunately, he will be gone. Both of them will be gone for everything except for a Super Bowl appearance, which we made last year against the Ravens. We didn't win it, but we were in the Super Bowl last year against the Baltimore Ravens. So I'm hoping we can get back to it again. We do have decent depth at the tackle position with Luke Godke or Godke, however you want to say his name. He is available. He was the former starting right tackle, but then we acquired DeJuan Jones and I made him the starter. And then now he's injured, so now Luke goes back to be the starting right tackle. The rest of the offensive line's looking pretty good. Quarterback Baker's up to an 82, but he's playing with bad morale apparently. I think that's because we did something wrong with one of his abilities. I don't remember. Bucky Irving's having a great season. Marvin Harrison's now the number one receiver because Evans is injured. And then on the defense, I mean, the defense has been pretty good. We've been spotty at times. I will say we've been spotty at times. And Trayvon Walker, we're going to have to find a new spot for him because him being a pass rusher off the edge is just not what I want him to do anymore. So we're going to have to find a new spot for him, a new rush defensive end instead of Trayvon Walker because he gets bullied basically every single time. He's not like Tryon Shawinka. He doesn't have those pass rushing abilities. So maybe it becomes Braswell's ability to start at the rush defensive end spot. He's a 78 at that spot. Maybe Byron Murphy comes up and does that. I don't know. We'll have to find a new spot this offseason for Trayvon Walker. I'll give him the rest of the playoffs or the entirety of the playoffs, I guess, to maybe change my mind. But for the most part, I'm leaning towards keeping him as a defensive line, keeping him as a linebacker off the outside, but not not as a defensive a rush defensive end. That's just not his game. So we're probably going to switch that. Here is the playoff bracket. The matchup that my camera is covering up is the Rams and the Panthers, 4-5. We take on the Commanders, Bears and Cowboys. Eagles are the 1 seed we know about. Chiefs are the 1 seed over here. Colts and Browns, Steelers and Jets, and Bills and Texans are the AFC matchups. So no Ravens this time, which won the Super Bowl last year. Very interesting. We took a look at stats at the end of last episode, so if you're curious about all that kind of stuff, go back and watch the end of last episode. I think all that's left to do is play the actual game. Commanders, Buccaneers, at home, for us at least. Will this be a one and done playoff run? Please, for the love of all things good and holy, it is only the beginning. We actually also have a little bit of unaware history, I guess. That's probably the wrong way to put it, but there is some history that with this, and that's a fumble in the first play of the game, or the kickoff. Thank God we were able to come up with it. But there is a little bit of history with this Buccaneers and Commanders matchup that I didn't tell any of you guys, and that is during the trading period of the season when we were moving everybody around and we were able to move Rachaad White, we acquired a bunch of other guys on our team. I actually considered trading Baker Mayfield for Jaden Daniels. Now, I know that would have been a little bit of a wild thing to have happen, even more wild than some of the trades we actually did make. But I did consider, now I wouldn't have just given up Baker for Jaden Daniels straight up. I would have given away at least 2 first-round picks for Jaden Daniels, maybe even all 3 of them. But I was considering trading for Jaden Daniels. But then I thought, you know what? That's probably a little bit too crazy. I don't know how the response would be from you guys if I was able to do that, because then you'd be like, oh, Juice is cheesing the system and all kinds of stuff. So I didn't end up making the trade, and that's why I never even mentioned it to you guys. But there is that little bit of history that has gone untold until just now, where I did consider, I heavily considered too. I even created a trade package and everything, and I was really, really close to bringing it to the attention of you guys and actually doing the trade, but I ended up backing out of it, not doing it, and just making all the other trades that we actually did end up doing. So there's a little bit of behind-the-scenes knowledge that you now are aware of. Doesn't mean it'll never happen. Maybe I'll trade Baker for Jaden Daniels this offseason. Who knows? I guess it depends on how each quarterback plays in this playoff game. Or maybe we draft a quarterback with one of our 2 first-round picks that we have. There's a lot of things that can happen this offseason. I don't know what's going to go down. It all depends on how far we go in this playoff run. Are we going to be Super Bowl champions at the end of this playoffs? Or are we going to go home sad and depressed again like we did last year? Hand off to Bucky. He gets the first down on third down. That's a big third down. I didn't even realize it was third down when I ran that ball. That's a big third down. Thank you, Mr. Buck, who got the starting job after we shipped Rachaad White to Cleveland. And he's doing a pretty good job. He had a pretty good season afterwards when he got the full-time starting job. And if we can just do this consistently where we just eat away at the clock, even if it's the first quarter, I would be calling that a victory. Absolutely. Absolutely call that a victory. 3rd and 6. Oh, they fully committed to the left side, and we are going to scramble in with Baker. I don't know what they thought I was going to do. It was just a regular stick route, but like a normal concept. I didn't even like make any audibles to make them think I was going to go to that left, but they fully committed their entire defense to the left side of the field, and that left Baker Mayfield open. I did have a couple of options to throw the ball, but it's easier just to guarantee the yardage and guarantee a touchdown with Baker, the touchdown maker. So we lead 7-0 in the wild card round, but the first offensive possession for the Commanders is about to begin. It could have ended very, very badly on our first possession if we would have lost the fumble on the kickoff. That would have been very bad. And here comes Jaden Daniels. How good of a season do you have? 3,300 yards, 24 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. That's a good season from a year 2 quarterback. Very impressed by Jaden. Did they update his player model throughout the season? I feel like they did. I don't think he looked that good earlier in the year. Maybe he did, and I'm just maybe because I haven't really played much as the Commanders this season, so I don't remember. But I feel like he looks a little bit. Maybe his hair is different. I'm not sure. Something looks different about Jaden Daniels. More crisp, more clean. Final play of the quarter. They motion a tight end. It's not Zach Ertz, I don't think. I don't think he's 82. They give it to Brian Robinson Jr. He goes for about 2, and that is the end of the first quarter. Okay, so all we got to do is stop them. It's a very simple concept. You go out on defense, and you don't allow yards from the opposing team. Very simple. Oh, fake to Brian Robinson. Oh, he's wide open. Absolutely. Just absolutely nobody around him. It's McCaffrey, Luke McCaffrey, who has caught that football there. I mean, the middle of the field was completely void of any Tampa Bay defenders, and that's another underneath pass that works. Commanders are going to be a challenge. Breaking news. They're going to be a little bit of a tough competition. They motion a man, then they hand it to Brian Robinson Jr., who goes down for a first down. Thought we might have had him stopped earlier, but we didn't get to him quite quick enough. And it's a fresh set for Daniels and the Commander offense. Quick throw! I was really hoping for at least an incomplete pass, but we didn't even really have anybody get a good animation on it, so it goes for a catch. McLaurin just falls on it. 2nd and 7. Come on, Cansey. Sometimes you have really good breakout performances. That's an incomplete pass. There's a little bit too much traffic in the middle of the field there for Jaden to be able to complete that pass. And now it's a big 3rd and 7. Really big 3rd and 7. They're in field goal range, but this is a huge play. Daniels will find an open man out of the backfield. It's Austin Eckler of all people. I think it's Austin Eckler, right? That looks like him. That's absolute insanity. A little bit of just a small wheel out of the backfield for the running back. He gets the first down. Trayvon Walker! I told him to make me change my mind. Show me something where I don't end up swapping you from rush defensive end, and that is a big sack on Daniels to push him back to 2nd and 20. Okay, Trayvon, maybe I spoke too soon. If you can do that consistently, we might have a conversation. They get 5 yards back. Handing, it's not Eckler, it's A.J. Dillon, of all people. A.J. Dillon finds his way to Washington. Okay. Weird, but whatever. He's here in Washington, and he's the backup running back to Brian Robinson Jr. Daniels will scramble. Mike Hall Jr. is not quick enough. Lance Fisher misses the tackle, and it's not because Lance is bad. It's because I'm bad. And Jaden Daniels has himself an unbelievable 3rd and whatever it was scramble. Oh, my God. That's out of control. Handoff to A.J. Dillon, touchdown Washington. We had him stopped, and I missed the tackle on Jaden Daniels of all people. It wasn't even like he did anything too crazy. What happened was I tried to guess what way he was going to go, and I guessed the wrong way. I thought he was going to run to the outside to try to get out of bounds and save himself from a big hit. He did not do that. He cut back inside, and he completely swerved me, and it was just unbelievably unfortunate. All right, so after we allow them to tie the game back up with 2:12 to go in the half, Baker will come back out on offense. The offense ran pretty well without Mike Evans on that first drive, although, to be fair, we did run the ball a lot on that first drive, and we're probably going to do it again here, although maybe not because we are coming up on the end of the half. We're not going to have that much time, especially with the way this clock moves in this game, which I do like. It makes the games go a lot quicker. The accelerated clock is just on the entire time, even without me having it on. So I do like the way that it makes the games go quicker, but it does come back to hurt you when you need time. That's going to be J-Mac, who lost his slot receiver role to Alec Pierce, but with the injury to Mike Evans, he finds his way back on the field more consistently, which is always good because J-Mac's a good player. Interception thrown by Baker Mayfield. Pick 6 by the Washington Commanders. And yeah, that's not Baker's fault. That's all me. It's Jamin Davis, I think. I don't know what other Davis would be on the Washington Commanders, but unless it's an auto-generated guy, I guess that's possible. Oh, that's brutal. That is not Baker's fault whatsoever. It's not a bad throw. It's just a horrible decision by me. Why I decided to throw that? We may never find out the real answer. Unless the real answer is I'm very dumb, which is possible, very likely answer. That was a horrible decision by me. What am I doing? Kate Otten is running the slot fade? That's insanity. I got to scramble with Baker here. Guarantee some yardage. And instead of us going up 14-7 by the end of the first half, it's them going up 14-7. We need to really tie this game up. It just has to happen that way. Bucky Irving out of the backfield gets us a nice little first down. I'm going to use my first time out. I don't really want this Excel clock to take away 20 seconds when we need these 20 seconds. I could have sworn I called slot fade, but whatever. We'll go with this play. Who's going to get open? Nobody. I barely got that off. I mean, nobody won their routes. It was kind of embarrassing. All right, this time it's Alec Pierce. Alec Pierce has had a good history of winning on slot fades. This time will not be the case, I don't think, unless he catches that. Did he catch that? Oh, he caught it, but he was out of bounds. My God, that was crazy. Did he get 2 feet in? I can't believe he caught this, to be fair. I thought it was going to be incomplete. He caught it. That's 1 foot down, but the other one comes out of bounds. Good catch. Just a tough spot to be put into. So it's 3rd and 10, 43 seconds. We got to at least get into field goal range, if not a touchdown. They're going to bring immense pressure, and it's dropped. I mean, I didn't even know what to do. They brought a guy off the edge that was unblocked. More people they brought than I could cover or block, so that's unfortunate. Now it's a 4th and 10 situation. We got to at least get the first down. Conversion, interception thrown. Bobby Wagner, it looks like, is on the catch there. Unless he retired after 1 year. It is Bobby Wagner. Tristan Wirfs is out for the game with a bruised sternum, which I think means concussion in this game. 2 interceptions thrown on back-to-back drives, but that time I didn't have any time to figure out who I wanted to go to. Interception, Lance Fisher right back, and we have the ball. Lance Fisher, the rookie, taking it down the field. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Buccaneers. And we tie the game at 14. In theory, we have to make the extra point, obviously. The rookie, Lance Fisher, just jumped up. He willed it to happen. Terry McLaurin was 3 yards ahead of him, maybe even more. And he just willed it. He jumped that vertical, get that man in the NBA. Picks off Jaden Daniels with 23 seconds left. Well, that's what time is left on the clock after the run. And it's a pick 6. There's been 2 pick 6s in this football game to make it 14-14. Oh, man. We needed that more than we needed air to breathe. That's crazy. What a turn of events. Jane Daniels, who had been very clean up to that point, makes a bad mistake. He throws it too soon. He didn't let Terry get separated even further than he probably needed to be. And Lance Fisher just jumped. He's got that crazy vertical. He showed it at the combine. And that'll be half. So somehow, some way, we were able to pull this to a tie football game at half. I'm not sure quite how it happened, but I am glad that it did happen. And we will send this football away to Washington to start the second half. If I could get another one of those, that would be very awesome. Barry Woodley slows down the momentum, and we stop him at the 19-yard line. Good job. All right, here comes JD back onto the field. First time in the second half. Let's go, defense. I could use another big-time play. It really sucks that my two starting tackles are both injured now. Dewan Jones out. Oh, it looks like Terry's hurt right there. He's writhing in pain with his shoulder. But Dewan Jones was out before the game started, and now Tristan Wirf's out for the rest of the game. So injuries, I think I have to turn down the injury slider a little bit because injuries, especially to our offensive line, we've had an injury on the offensive line, I think, every single game this season. And that just doesn't happen. Oh, that's another big sack. Is that Trayvon again? It is! Trayvon Walker with sack number 2 on the game. And he hits a little Michael Jackson. Okay. Trayvon Walker, baby. He heard me. I told him to make me change my mind. And he looks like he's trying to do it right now. It's a screen pass. We had some guys ready for it. Although I'm not ready for it because I missed the tackle. And it's 4th and 10. They'll punt the ball away. What a defensive drive to start the second half. Absolutely brilliant, as the British would say. A brilliant drive. Palmer returns, and Palmer gets rocked at the 27. Okay, offense. You know what you got to do. Any points win this football game. We just got to get to the fourth quarter, get the end of the fourth quarter, and then have the lead. That's how winning works. Oh my God, there was so much room. How did he get off the block to tackle me? That's crazy. There was so much. I had like 20 yards of space. That's so annoying. Kamara going nowhere. They blocked that one up pretty well. Give me some underneath stuff. Give me some underneath stuff. I guess I'll go with the mesh trail with the motion. I don't really like the motion. We talk about this all the time, but we'll go with it. I need something to work for me here. Somebody get open. Somebody get open. I think that's open enough. Alec Pierce, big catch. Juke move. Oh, I couldn't juke out the corner there. Or safety, whoever that is. But a big play from Alec Pierce. He gets the first down and a little bit more, a little bit extra, a little bit of sauce on it. Handoff is to Bucky, and Bucky will get a couple yards. Good job, Buck. I wish they'd show me his stat line so I could see how many yards he's got. He's got to be close to like 60 or 70, I think. I don't think a pitch is going to work here. Pitch is never really... Oh, it wasn't even a pitch. It was just a stretch. I thought it was a pitch for a second. He's got 10 for 36. Okay, I was wrong. I thought he had a big run. Maybe the big run was like he only got 10 yards or something. I don't know. But he's got 36 now, and he's got a first down on 3rd and inches. Good job, Buck. Good job, offensive line. Pushing them off the line of scrimmage there to get the first down available for us. And we should, if everything goes our way, be able to run this clock to the fourth quarter. Alvin Kamara finds his way through, and the veteran's still got a little bit of juice in the tank. Let's go, Alvin. Alvin! That's a big play. Able to keep the legs churning. Churning the butter. We're going to go underneath. That's Taysom Hill, another veteran. 2nd and 4, teammate of Alvin Kamara in New Orleans. New Orleans. And this will most likely be the final play of the quarter as, oh my God, Quincy Barner. I think that's Quincy Barner. He got absolutely steamrolled by Jonathan Allen. And I got stuck. I tried to make the adjustment because I saw that happening. And he just pushed him back too fast. And he fell on the ground and got me caught on him. And that's annoying. Because I wanted to just run right by him, but I could not do that. Okay, so we used all the third quarter clock. That's beautiful. I'm going to hit this to Marvin Harrison. First down, beautifully done. Executed to perfection there, Marv. He is a Maserati for a reason. And if we can just keep using some clock, just keep using the clock. Take this down as far as we can. Although Bucky Irving might want to score a touchdown right here. That's for the best, Bucky. Good job. He doesn't go in, but he does get us to the 3. And the clock is stopped for some reason. No timeouts have been used. It must have been an injury. Had to have been. Bucky trying to get in. Bucky Irving denied at the 1. How did you stop it? Oh, that's crazy. I thought for sure he'd just power his way in, but he could not do it. And look at this. They are basically giving me a touchdown right here on the ground. Handoff. Bucky. He's in. Touchdown. Buccaneers. We have the lead once again. We have the lead once again. Bucky Irving scores. Okay, and it looks like Zach Zinter, upper arm fracture. He's done for the playoffs. We are losing offensive linemen like the plague. It is crazy. I'm going to turn down the injury slider once we get out of this game because it is just it's way too excessive. It's like over the top. I mean, I get offensive linemen and players in general get hurt in games, but for one, they mostly don't get hurt that long. And two, it's not this consistently. Like, I've lost 2 offensive linemen in this single game, both going to be out for probably the play. Oh, well, Zach Zinter for sure is out for the playoffs, I would think, with an upper arm fracture, but the bruised sternum probably allows Tristan Wirfs to be back next episode. Pick that off. Oh, Jamel Dean, your second interception's right now behind Sauce Gardner. And you could have really made a good play there. That would have been huge. I don't think you would have got a pick 6, but still. From the 25, Daniel's thrown quick, and it's dropped again. These quick balls, we've got good coverage. We got tight coverage right on the point of impact there. We're making good plays. It's 3rd and 10. It's obviously 4-down territory. They're in the 4th quarter. They're down by a touchdown. Jaden Daniels will scramble and throw it away. Wow. Jaden Daniels throws it away. He probably could have outran our guys. And they will punt? I know there's 4 minutes to go, but this is really risky. And it's a tough spot to be in. You're down by a touchdown. You're in your own territory at the 25, your own 25. And it's 4th and 10. I get it. But, I mean, you gotta at least try to go for it, maybe. You can't really trust your defense that much, can you? That's a risky call. I get why they did it, because of the situation they're at, being so far down their own territory. If they don't get it, then we haven't guaranteed at least 3 points, but probably a touchdown. So I get why they punted it, but it's just, that's a tough call to make. That's why they pay the coaches the big bucks, to make those tough calls. Kamara gets the first down, and now Bucky will come back in. But this is the problem that they gambled with when they punted it back to us. Risking us just running the football to wear down as much clock as possible, which is exactly what I'm trying to do here. Also trying to run away from Jonathan Allen so he can't just bull rush my guard and stop me in the backfield. Although he did it. Hold on. Hold every horse you have. What just happened? Jonathan Allen is right here. Hold on. This is Jonathan Allen right here. I'm not on him, but now I am. This is Jonathan Allen. How did he get to the... Of course. He has a little bit of a bump. Quincy Barner, what is your assignment? Your assignment on that run is not to stop the guy in the second level. Your assignment is to block the guy that's right in front of you. If anything, Godkey, whatever your name is, his assignment would be stalk the guy in the second level, because this gap would be opened up because we went with the double team on the guy in the left guard. So Barner blocks Jonathan Allen, and then the linebacker gets blocked by the tackle. But instead, Barner, for some reason, goes up to block him, and then that leaves Jonathan Allen absolutely butt naked to get that stop. That is very unfortunate. Oh, I hate offensive line blocking in all football games. That brings it to a 3rd and 11. That's Marvin Harrison, 4th and 4. This is a weird spot. I might go for this. I know that seems kind of crazy because we are winning 21-14. but I think we can get this, and then that might be able to put us in a real good position to seal this game away. Yeah, we got Alec Pierce open. He's got the first down and more. Alec Pierce. I mean, that's what I wanted to do. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning. And now Commanders will use their timeouts, and all we're going to need probably is one more first down, I would think. And we can win this game and go to the NFC divisional round against probably, I'd say probably the Rams. If they win, that's probably who we play. But it all depends on who wins their games, obviously. 2nd and 4. That was a really good start on first down. Gets us real close to the first down marker. And their first timeout used. Bucky gets to 3rd and 1. Perfect. And now this one should give us the first down if everything gets blocked perfectly. Perfectly? If everything gets blocked perfectly, which it kind of did. First down. That's probably the football game right there. We might have just won 21-14 over the Washington Commanders. And I tell you what, man, that interception that went for a pick 6 by Lance Fisher right at the end of the half, that very well could have sealed the game in our favor. Because if he doesn't get that and it ends up getting completed to Terry McLaurin, not only does he probably take that for a touchdown, if not an unbelievably big play, they probably end up scoring or at least getting a field goal. And then things just go super, super downhill from there. So that play changed the entire game. The momentum was clearly on the Commanders' side, especially with me throwing 2 picks in this game. Both very bad, very bad picks. But it probably goes unbelievably in the Commanders' way, and we just can't come back from it. But that interception, that pick 6 from Lance Fisher ends up being huge for us, and we will win 21-14, and we will move on. So next episode will not be the off season just yet. It'll be the NFC divisional round of the playoffs. Jaden Daniels, you fought well. You played really well most of the game. That one pick probably cost you, though. It probably cost you. Baker with a big touchdown there. I don't know what they were doing on the defensive call. They brought everybody to the left side and left the right side completely open. There's another pick there. That was Bobby Wagner catching it. Baker was the one tackled him. There's the pick 6 by Davis. Unfortunate. I hate that I threw that one. And this one's one of the 2 sacks that Trayvon Walker got. And there's the pick 6 before halftime with Lance Fisher, man. Absolute insanity. I still can't believe he did that. No touchdowns thrown by a quarterback in today's game. I wonder if that's ever happened in a playoff game. Neither quarterback throws a touchdown, and neither quarterback had over 100 yards through the air. I wonder if that's ever happened. Probably not. Bucky Irving gets an upgrade point, so does KJ Britt. And we will move on to the NFC divisional round to play somebody. I don't know who it's going to be. Give us a good matchup. The Chicago Bears and Caleb Daniels. Okay. So we take on the 3-seeded Bears. The Rams jump to play the Eagles because lowest seed plays the 1 seed, obviously. So we will have Chicago Bears. They will come to Florida to play us next episode. Chiefs and Jets and Colts and Bills over on the AFC side of things. Okay. Playoffs are heating up. And in the next episode, we will have ourselves a divisional round matchup against Caleb Daniels and the boys. I don't see any injury updates. So is there anybody injured? Zach Zinter out for 3 weeks. So that means his playoff appearance is done. He's done for the playoffs. Because next episode would be, the NFC Championship would be 2 Pro Bowls, 1, and then Super Bowl. He might be back for the Super Bowl. Maybe. I don't know. It's tough. I know that Mike Evans and DeJuan Jones will be back, but another offensive line. Oh, that reminds me. I got to swap the sliders. Now, I haven't touched any sliders this entire season, I don't think, or this entire series. Yeah, everything's base 50, but I got to drop the injury slider. Where is that injury slider at? Oh, it is at 25. I must have already. So I lowered it to 25, and then I'm still getting these injuries? Which way does it go? Because if you lower it, does that mean more injuries occur? Because that seems to be what happened. Or if you go higher, does that mean more injuries occur? Which way makes injuries happen more often? Because that I want to go the opposite of that. I've already dropped it to 25, and it seems like I get injuries like crazy. I'm gonna drop it to 15. Maybe that I might even at some point I might just turn injuries off because that's crazy. That's the only slider that I have changed though. Hearing the Bucks are shopping Rasheed Walker to other team. Where are you hearing that from, Charles Davis? I'm not shopping Rasheed Walker. What are you talking about? I just got him. I think I signed him in free agency, right? So next episode, we will take on the Chicago Bears and Caleb Williams. This Bears team has developed very well after one season. I'm sure Caleb Williams has played pretty well, but it's kind of funny that our playoff run is going to include Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels, and then probably Jalen Hurts as well if he doesn't lose to the Rams. But that's going to be on the next episode. If you enjoy this one, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. If you want to leave a comment suggesting injury sliders that I should use to help me not have that many injuries during a game, because they're kind of back-breaking at this point, leave it down below in the comment section. I'd be happy to read it and implement them into the sliders for the next episode. But that's going to do it for me. Thank you for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.